Hey there, this is Sean Donahoe, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek behind something we've been working on for a very long time indeed. This is one of the most powerful lead generation and on-site retargeting platforms you will ever see. And as you know with me, I love doing things to the nth level because I need functionality for my businesses, and it's time for me to show the world what we've been working on and how this can change everything you do. Now, this is not any ordinary pop-up system. I've seen so many systems on the market that just don't have the features and functions that actually work in the real world. And the cool thing with this is we integrate it with absolutely everything. All of the major autoresponders, CRM systems, webinar systems. And the cool thing is that unlike a lot of the plugin versions that are for WordPress, we've built this into a SaaS platform so that you can use this with any type of website you've got, be it WordPress, Shopify, any other type of e-commerce site that you control, HTML sites, Joomla, Drupal, I mean, you name it. If you can insert some code into your site, this will work on it. So we wanted to create a universal lead generation system that will work for everything. And we all know that the money is in the list, and the money is in a really engaged list. This is hyper engagement to the nth level, and that's why we built this. I needed this for my business. So what we're going to do first of all is just show you kind of an overview of the desktop. You can see I've created some different versions of some lead generation campaigns, and I can split test. I'll show you easy snip in a moment, but you've got all the tutorials here, everything else all integrated. And I'm just going to come over to create a new pop-up. We'll call this demo 2. And I can choose what type of lead generation campaign I want to create. So it can either be a pop-up, or I can do slide-ins from any position. I can do full screen overlays, which is great when you first get a customer. You create that immediate initial engagement. You can embed all sorts of cool stuff into this, and it's a drag and drop builder, which I'll show you in a moment. So we can do overlays that will literally stand in front of your customer and say, hey, great to see you. Now, do this. We can also do welcome screens, which insert at the top of the page. You can also do sticky bars. You can choose whether you want a top bar or a bottom bar. And the cool thing is you don't have to do just lead generation. You can drop anything in here. Calls to action for a sale that you've got going on. Affiliate promotions. You can use this for absolutely anything and never have to worry about the craziness that's involved with a lot of these silly systems out there. With everything I do, I want to make it, I take very complex stuff and make it brain dead simple. And if I can make it drag and drop simple, then everyone is a winner. So you can choose the event that will trigger it, whether it be an entrance, or whether it's on scroll, exit intent, or closing the page, or even on a mouse click. This is something that's very cool for us, and it's worked a lot with a lot of our content marketing strategies. We embed a on-click event to a link or something like that to download a guide or something that we've got in our content. Maybe I've got a great blog post on 8 tips to do SEO. Well, then I'll take those 8 tips, summarize them, put them in a PDF real quick with a little bit of branding and say, hey, download our cheat sheet. So what happens is they click on this little link that says download the cheat sheet. It pops up. I get the lead generation. They get the PDF straight away. Very, very simple. So what we can do is we can also target which pages we want to show this up on. So this helps you laser focus and target. And you can say whether you want it on a certain URL or any that match wildcards. You can do exact match or wildcards, like I say, or you can show on all pages except the following. So you can literally target down to wherever you want. And we're adding many new features, including one, which is you can also target certain traffic sources. So say, for example, you've got a great campaign and then you want them to engage with something, say, from Facebook. And you only want to show this pop-up to people coming from Facebook or from Twitter or from some other social network or any other URL, or if they came from the search engines. No problem. You can target all sorts of different levels of engagement. And you can then set up scheduling and everything else. So that's very cool, but let's actually start the builder. First of all, I'm going to save the base settings I've created. And now I'm going to actually start the builder. And the cool thing with this is it is a drag and drop builder and you can do all sorts of very, very cool stuff with this. So you can see we've got tons and tons of awesome templates already done. We're adding more and more. We do 2 steps. You notice this gentleman is just outside. This is a great authority one. I'll load this one first of all. So you can then do yes, no, and everything else, and all the kind of cool 2 steps. You can just have one and then you duplicate it. In fact, what I'll do is I'll kill that one and I'll show you this in action. So we've got this. You can see the item is outside of the pop-up, so you can do all sorts of cool calls to action. And you can see, hey, give me 30 days and I'll do X. And what we can do then is duplicate this. And you can see now we're on the original, now we're on the copy. We'll kill these 2 items. So this is all drag and drop simplicity. Very, very powerful. And then what we do is we will bring in, now I can bring in a form. And you can see I just roll over these, select whatever I like. So I'll just grab this. Now we integrate with everything at the API level, and we can do parallel submit. So say, for example, you get the first name, last name, and email. Then you can submit to webinar systems or what have you. We support GoToWebinar, EverWebinar, Webinar Jam, and any other system you can imagine very easily. And you can have you just click it, drop it, and in you go. And you can squeeze it down as you see fit. You can also do just regular form processing. So you can just copy and paste any form from any other system. No problem at all. Let's get see that's got a little bit of red in there. I'm going to change that to a blue. I just want to show you, actually I have a particular blue that I've been using for a campaign. So I'm just going to grab that. And again, just very simple WYSIWYG editing. And I'm just going to put that color in there. Done deal. And maybe I want to also bold that up, give it a little more emphasis, no problem. I want to change that color of button. That's fine. I'll change the actual text. So get access. I can spell now. So very, very simple. And I can just grab a headline or a paragraph. So I'll just grab that and see, drag and drop the elements right on. Boom. Edit them as you see fit. Enter your name and email now. I can turn off name fields. I can have it just email only to download, and just grab it. Okay, and just looking at that, I need to shrink that down a little bit, maybe not that much. So you can see very quickly, I mean, with very minimal design skills, I can create very powerful setups. So I can rename this real quick. We'll call that opt-in. So I give it a name. Now I need to come back over here and connect up these buttons. In fact, I don't like that color, so what I'll do is I'll just grab that. And again, do the same changes I did here. So I'm going to bold that, change that color. Okay. And very quick drag and drop, and I can create all sorts of amazing stuff. Now I want to link this over to the steps, so I can see my steps here. And if they say no, I can take them over to another step. I can create entire little micro funnels in this system. And again, just drag and drop simplicity. And we've got tons and tons of cool stuff in here. For example, if I do this over here, I got a little bit of real estate down here. I could do a little social thing, and I could just drop this in, a little social-like system, and put a URL in here and then have people share it. I mean, you don't have to do lead generation. That's the cool thing. You can do all sorts of social stuff as well. So I'm going to remove that element. Now, the other thing is you can see here, if I'm dragging this around, you can see I'm getting guides that appear. So everything helps you lock down and be the perfect designer. This is a feature that's actually in Photoshop. And it allows you to make sure everything is lined up. In fact, as you can see here, it's snapping to a completely, you would think, unrelated position. What it knows is this element is symmetrical to another element on another option or another page or another step, should I say. So it helps you line things up without doing any craziness. So that's where it is right now. Boom. And actually, that's a little to the left there. So we've got lots of different elements it's lining up with. So it just helps you make sure you've got everything perfectly lined up. as you're doing these steps. And there's all sorts of things you can do. You can bring in Amazon products. This is the Pro version. You can do automatic ebook covers. We got a computer screen which overlays your screenshots. You can do, we got Teespring stuff in here. We got timers. You can do countdown timers. All sorts of very cool elements, and we're adding new stuff all the time. You can drop a video in here from any video source. You can do embed codes. You can, again, just drop all sorts of very powerful stuff. Here you go. Here's a quick widget for you as well. Let's do a quick, almost done 50% type thing. Very much like, well, you see on a lot of different pop-ups. So let's drop that down here. Again, we got the real estate to play with. Let's take it to full advantage. So boom, almost done, 50%, there you go. And you can do all sorts of things, customize that as you see fit. Yeah, so all sorts of cool stuff. But we really try to think of everything here. You can drop in raw HTML. You can even drop your retargeting pixels in here. You can target specific users doing specific actions with specific behaviors so that you have true on-site retargeting across the board. And as I say, we're adding new stuff all the time. So no matter whether you're working in marketing, whether you've got products, services, physical products, whether you're working as an affiliate marketer, there are so many different options here. And the cool thing is that we have the ability to test how it looks on many different systems. So you can also do a mobile preview. Say, for example, you can see here that the guy has gone. See, that would be the guy there. Or the other images, we can turn off and disable certain items on certain pages so that when you do this, again, it's 100% mobile compatible, and you can preview it as you build. And if you're happy with it, you go ahead, save it, and done deal. And again, there's so many different things you can do, so many different layouts. This is an all-in-one system, like I said. And I mean, that just took me a few moments to show you, but there's so much power in here that the possibilities are absolutely unlimited. We integrate with everything from the back end and the front end. We parallel submit to all the different services. You can expand this as much as you like. You can launch unlimited campaigns for your sites and do whatever you like and do some amazing stuff. Now, one more feature I was going to show you, which is one of the OTOs, is our EZ Snip. Now, watch this. This is literally probably one of the coolest things I have ever worked with. And you can see this. Okay, so let's call this News 1. Okay, we're just going to call this campaign. Now, what we're going to do is select one of the pop-ups. We'll use our demo 2 that I just created. And say, for example, I like this news story and I want to share this on Facebook. Now, here's the cool thing. I can turn all sorts of awesome content that I find into possible lead generation. Watch this. I'm going to grab this URL. I'm going to pop it in here. You can see it's loaded it, grab the details, and we can play around with it. We can even change some of the text that it's found. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this little bit.ly link up here. See this? I'm going to save the changes first of all. So I'm going to grab this URL and then I'm going to open up a new tab. I'm going to go to Facebook, and you can see this here. And I'm going to post this. I'm going to click on that and watch what happens. It shares and grabs the content, the titles, and absolutely everything else. And I can now say, hey, just watched or binge watched House of Cards and can totally relate. Now, if I post this, I'm posting this only to me right now, just as a demo. But now if I click on this, now we're going to change this URL down here because we're actually going to capture the URL of the page and everything else. This is just a demo. As I say, this is the beta version. But watch what happens. Now, it loads the content behind, puts my little thing up front, and boom, I can lead gen and everything else. I took off the close, so you can't get past this until you actually submit. So I'll do Sean, and then I'll do someone at somewhere.com. But then once you submit, you unlock the content, or you can have the close button or what have you. So you can see that is a very, very powerful feature. Again, that's built into our EZ Snip system, and you can do, again, all sorts of split testing with this to optimize conversions. You can do this across all sorts of different great content. Imagine doing this and it was an affiliate offer, and you've got your bonus slide on the bottom there to say, hey, you know, buy this through this link and you get X. Boom, done. It's amazing, unlimited possibilities. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed this. A little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes. You can see the power here and everything else we've done. So again, this is launching March 29th. We've got a lot more videos coming out over the next few couple of weeks. We're going to show you all sorts of different applications and things you can do with this system. So stay tuned to this frequency and see you all real soon. Take care for now.